Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Degnan. One man was taken to the hospital after a Saturday morning shooting in Wilkes-Barre. Police were called to Alexander Street around 3:30 for a report of shots fired. Police saw several people fleeing the scene and found 12 shell casings in the area. Police were told the man showed up at an area hospital with a gunshot wound. The victim told them he was leaving a party when a dark-colored vehicle pulled up alongside and two men fired rounds. Anyone with information on the incident is asked to call the Wilkes-Barre Police Department. Another shooting took place over the weekend in Luzerne County. Police in Hanover Township responding to a shooting incident shortly after 10 Sunday night at a home on Diamond Street. An unidentified suspect allegedly shot multiple rounds into a residence and may have fled the scene traveling toward Crest Street. Police are asking anyone with information or video surveillance footage of the area to contact them at 570-825-1254. State police are investigating an accident that happened Saturday afternoon in Klein Township. A pickup truck with New Jersey tags collided with an ATV and a sport utility vehicle around 4 at the intersection of Route 309 and Lofty Road. According to police, several people were injured during the crash, but there's no word at this time on the extent of their injuries. A Carbon County man is facing 169 criminal charges in a sexual assault case. 48-year-old David Gavornik of Jim Thorpe allegedly forced a juvenile female to perform sex acts with him over a 6-year period. The victim, who's now 13, said that the acts began when she was 9. Gavornik faces 24 counts of rape and 145 other charges, including statutory sexual assault, unlawful contact with a minor, aggravated indecent assault, and endangering the welfare of children. He was taken to the Carbon County Prison in lack of $250,000 bail. If you're heading to a Luzerne County building beginning tomorrow, you're going to need a face covering. Luzerne County officials made that announcement late this afternoon, saying it's due to the increase of coronavirus transmissions across the country. The face covering must include the entire nose and mouth area. Visitors will also be screened at entrances to county buildings, and that includes the courthouse. State officials are working on plans for Pennsylvania's state parks of tomorrow. Our Julie Stefanovich has more on Penn's Parks for All.
The pandemic brought a record number of people back out to the great outdoors. That's the reason a plan was developed to move state parks forward.
Penn's Parks for All marks a new chapter for our state parks and for our Commonwealth. It's a necessary blueprint. We really need this to ensure that our parks are prepared to continue welcoming Pennsylvanians and visitors for generations to come.
The initiative, Penn's Parks for All, use public input and includes strategies including making state parks accessible and welcome to all visitors.
So we're looking at transportation systems, how we can connect people to the park that they own. We're looking at trail systems into the state park, connecting communities to the park via trail so someone could get there on a bike. All kinds of elements on access and equity, making people feel safe and welcome in parks.
The plan was created using surveys from Penn State in 2017 and 2018 and will help guide park employees in caring for the state's 121 parks.
This is a committed group, and that with another team of very special people, the volunteers. The DCNR staff are the museum curators, the engineers, landscape architects, and firefighters. They are indeed the most valuable resource of our state parks.
The Department of Conservation and Natural Resources will take on the task of ensuring that all state parks are adequately funded, identifying the need for additional trails to meet the increased demand. And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
We have a number of challenges upon us. One is climate change. There's changes in the climate that really cause challenges to our infrastructure. DCNR is the biggest owner of unsafe dams in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Climate change with its additional flooding events gives us a lot of concern about that. So again, the infrastructure dollars to fix these, to really use the streams, the forests to clean and cleanse the water for those downstream.
Pennsylvania state parks cover nearly 300,000 acres and are free and open to all. State officials want to make sure that the parks will continue to improve for this and future generations. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Coming up on WYLN News, you got to play to win, and people are playing the Pennsylvania Lottery. Also, we're going to tell you who Marty is talking sports with this week. But first, we take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's WYLN forecast is partly cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. We're talking about TNT. We're talking about trucks and trade-ins. If you got a truck that you don't want or you're looking for a truck, we've got a huge selection of pre-owned trucks right now. We have got Rubicons. We have got GMCs, Ford Flexes. We have got a Ram dually diesel. If you're in the market for a truck or you want to get rid of your truck, you'll never get more ever than it's worth right now. So come on down to 508 Susquehanna Boulevard in Hazleton and see why we'll give you more for the trade that those other guys won't.
The Pennsylvania Lottery generated a record profit for this fiscal year. Pennsylvania Lottery officials announced that the lottery generated more than $1.3 billion to benefit older Pennsylvanians during the 2020-2021 fiscal year.
It has been tremendously challenging. The Pennsylvania Lottery is grateful for our retailers who've been determined to make our partnership even stronger than ever. By working together, we overcame enormous obstacles, resulting in a record-breaking year. Lottery employees stayed focused and worked hard this past fiscal year to ensure that drawings continued, prize claims were paid, and lottery retailers were stocked with the latest, greatest tickets that our players enjoy. This year has brought many challenges, but I'm so proud of how our lottery team has persevered. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day is more than just a tagline. It's why we do what we do. There are families all across the Commonwealth who depend on the vital senior programs which the lottery helps fund.
This is the 10th consecutive year the lottery has generated more than $1 billion for senior programs, which include property tax and rent rebates, free and reduced fare transportation, prescription assistance, and more. The record profit was driven by selling a record of more than $5.3 billion in traditional games, such as scratch-off tickets and draw games like Powerball and Mega Millions. They also set another sales record by recording nearly $887 million in sales from online play. WYLN's all-time OT hero Marty Burns has the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off season across our viewing area. Berwick's athletic director Bo Orlando is on this week, so let's talk sports. Here's part one.
When it came down that you saw the athletic director position opened up, you're a former Berwick player, was it just simply, I want to go back home to Berwick and be a part of that community again when you applied for the athletic director job?
Well, I was doing a little construction in Berwick, and when Coach Sheptock left, and he was the head coach, and he was the athletic director. So that was a kind of thing. I didn't want to be a head coach for sure. I didn't want to follow George Curry's steps. Right. Is the least thing I wanted to do. But when the AD job came up. I was a sports management major, and a couple of my friends in the school district were like, you should apply for it. And and I applied and not have any experience, but I said, my forte is building relationships, being right. Social, being out there in the community. I know coaches, I know sports, all sports, but I'll learn the business, kind of end of it. And I ended up getting it, and it's been good so far, knock on wood.
And for your student athletes this year, where none of us could have seen the year that was here with the COVID pandemic, for your student athletes to persevere, not only having to learn a different way than they've been used to all their lives, but also having to play under such tough protocols. Just talk about the Berwick athletic program as a whole participating this year.
Well, last year was just a nightmare. And being my second year, I leaned on a lot of in the Wyoming Valley Conference, and your own athletic director here, Fred Barletta, was a huge help for me. I called him a lot of things because there's a lot of stuff to learn, and we all kind of leaned on each other. But we have a great group in the Wyoming Valley. We have a great group of guys, and we would get on Zoom and we would talk and see how different schools were doing things. And we were very fortunate. Ms. Kupski, Wendy Kupski, our superintendent, was adamant we were going to have every sport, we were going to have everything, and we didn't miss a beat. We cut down schedules for everything, but we had everything, and some of the stipulations from the state were very, very tough. But other than the last year that the spring sports didn't have anything. I felt for those seniors. That was very tough. Even though it was cut down, at least all these seniors can play one or two or three sports as they played. So it was, it wasn't the best scenario, but I'm glad that we played everything.
Coming up on Hazelton's News Choice, details on the American Cancer Society Greater Hazelton's Ice Cream Social. That's in Community and You. Plus, who's leading the way this week? Stay with us, you'll find out.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
Hey, Dr. Alex here. We've got Jabby and Dr. John. We're going to have a great show later about how Jabby was in this terrible car accident and what he did to get to a better place and how do you deal with a car accident. So, please stay tuned.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome to Community and You here on WYLN. I'm Julia Wiegand, and today we have Jane and Pat here. First of all, how are you ladies doing?
Good, thank you.
And they're both with the American Cancer Society. Now we're going to cover two ideas today, the first being their upcoming ice cream social on August 14th, and just some general information about ACS, what they do and what they have coming up. So I guess, Pat, we'll start with you with the ice cream social. Take it away.
Thank you. We'd like to invite all of our cancer survivors to our ice cream social. It's going to be held on August 14th, 2 to 4:30 at Louis Shivo City View Park. That's 700 South Poplar Street. The event is being sponsored by the Cancer Society Hazleton and the Cancer Treatment Center of Hazleton. Together we have put on past events for our survivors just so they know there are people who care about them and how they are doing. The ice cream social, we're going to have Wood's Ice Cream Truck there, and we're also going to have our favorite rockin' DJ, Ray, and we're going to have Sherry O'Donnell and her All That Dancing dance group for entertainment. Our survivors don't have to register for this event, but they will have to sign in when they come so they can get a ticket for some free ice cream. We really encourage them to come because we want, with the pandemic and everything, we haven't been able to do anything for a while. And we certainly want them to know that we still care about them. We want to know that they're okay. We want them to just come out for, a couple hours, have some ice cream, talk to each other, enjoy our entertainment, just relax and enjoy themselves. And we certainly hope that they will decide to attend.
And where better than the park? I mean, it's outside.
Yep, it's a lovely park. It's a beautiful park.
Now, Jane, ACS in Hazleton has so much going on, so much coming up, and so much in the works. Just give us some general information about the Hazleton chapter, just to start off.
I will. Thanks, Julia, for having us. ACS, of course, has had to adapt to the pandemic like everyone else. But we are slowly getting back into things, and we have some things coming up I wanted to tell everyone about. First of all, our big event, our telethon, our 43rd annual telethon. We finally have a date and locations locked down, I believe. So our telethon will be held November 13th and 14th. And there will be broadcasts from two locations. We'll be broadcasting our hosts and our phone bank and our interviews from the historic Markle Building lobby. And our entertainment will be broadcast from another historic location. It will be broadcast live from the Wiltse Center.
So we think that's a great combination. We're very proud and pleased to have those two locations, and we're looking forward to the telethon. You'll be hearing more information about that as time goes on, but we do plan our 43rd telethon. Beating Cancer takes you and me, and cancer hasn't stopped, and neither will we. Another thing that people are asking about has to do with our patients, our survivors. The Road to Recovery program will be resuming soon. Of course, that had to stop due to COVID also. And that's a program we provide where we have drivers who take you to your cancer treatment appointments completely free of charge. We have 2 vehicles, and we also have some drivers who prefer to use their own vehicles. But we will take you, whether it be locally to the Cancer Treatment Center, our good friends there, or if you're going to Sloan Kettering or Fox Chase or Geisinger or anywhere, we will provide rides to treatment for you. That's going to be resuming a little bit slowly because everyone has to adapt to new things. Our drivers have to have some new training, and they have to follow some COVID protocols and things like that. But we hope that within the next month, our Road to Recovery program will be up and running in the Hazleton area again. And the last thing I wanted to share is something that our sister telethon. Do you know there are only 2 cancer telethons in the country anymore? And they're both right here. Yeah. The other one isn't based out of Carbon County. It's the cancertelethon.org. It's our good friend Joe Krasinski and company there. Their telethon is scheduled for August, and one of their prior events to the telethon is their Cancer Fighters Dinner. Okay. That's going to be held on August 1st. And our very own Clemmy Yamona is going to be honored as the Cancer Fighter of the Year.
Good old Clemmy.
So we are very proud and pleased to say that Clemmy will be honored, and many of us will be attending the dinner that night in her honor.
Wow, you guys have a lot coming up, a lot going on, but we are starting, I see that we're starting to get our footing again after the pandemic, and because, I mean, out of all things to truly be on the lookout for, I mean, cancer survivors. I mean, COVID's a scary thing, but cancer's, you know, something
unfortunately, COVID slowed down many screenings for cancer and treatments for cancer, and that set people back a long way. But hopefully we're coming out of that a little bit now.
And that's why we wanted to have a special event for them, just to remind them, you know, we care about them. We care what's going on with them.
That you guys do, and you do so much. Is there anything else that we forgot to touch base on or that we wanted to get to our audience out there?
Well, just that you can always use the phone number. The famous telethon phone number operates all year long. And of course, that's 570-459-1212. That will connect you with a cancer specialist who can answer any questions or needs that you might have.
At this point, I think I have that number memorized. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for stopping in and giving us all the details of what's coming up.
Thanks so much.
And thank you, everybody watching out there. Remember, August 14th, Ice Cream Social, City View Park. Don't forget, cancer survivors. It'll be a lovely event to get out and just get out. I mean, honestly, we've been locked in for so long. Just get out there and just enjoy some ice cream. And also, ACS Telethon coming up. Don't forget. That's it for Community and You. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, Buick GMC on Route 93.
Hey, don't forget we got a quarter-mile used cars.
Oh, we do. We have over 2,000 pre-owned vehicles in stock on blazealexander.com. We have a quarter mile here on Route 93, all the way down there. Come by, check them out. Yep, quarter mile used cars. So if you're looking for a great pre-owned car, come to Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. Come check us out on Route 93 and see why we take the deals the other guys won't.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs live. America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the stars of tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pigs schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Wilkes-Barre Mayor George Brown is leading the way to kick off this week's series.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Leading the Way, where we explore the backstories of those paving NEPA towards a better future. This week, we are joined by Wilkes-Barre Mayor George Brown. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So, we'll start where we always start, the beginning. Tell us about early childhood, growing up, and how that shaped you into the person you are today.
The beginning. Born and raised in the city of Wilkes-Barre. Parents were hardworking, and they both held jobs to support the family. I have 3 siblings, and went to Myers High School, met my wife in high school, and we were 16 years old, and we started dating, and we've been together ever since. But when I was being raised in Wilkes-Barre by my parents, they instilled a lot of the values that I have today. And especially my father, who was 17, 18 years old, graduated from high school and joined the Marine Corps. Rather than getting a scholarship to college, which he was given, he said, no, I'm going to join the Marine Corps. Fought in the South Pacific. And as I was growing throughout my life, he instilled a lot of the values that he learned in life, either in the Marine Corps or working in factories, and really the hard-working features of being someone that raises a family without any money. I went to Myers High School, as I said, graduated from King's College with a bachelor's degree in human resources, and I earned a master's degree from Misericordia University. My wife and I, we have 3 children, and we have grandchildren, Sydney, Mackenzie, Carson, and Cole. So we have 4 grandchildren. And I started out in politics working as a city councilman for the city of Wilkes-Barre. And in the city of Wilkes-Barre, it's broken down into 5 districts, and I was councilman District A, which is South Wilkes-Barre. And I really took it seriously because when people came to you and they said, Councilman Brown, I have a problem, and you get that taken care of, you feel great. You feel wonderful. So you've done something for the people that put you in office. I retired after 38 years working in businesses. I worked for several large companies, national, international companies. Retired about 8 years ago. But after I retired, I was on several boards of directors. I was a trustee at the local college. I even taught part-time. But I saw the way the city was going, and I said, I want to run for mayor. And we were very lucky when we ran for mayor. And this is my 2nd year being the mayor of Wilkes-Barre.
And we'll be getting to that in the next episode, folks. So check back tomorrow night as Mayor Brown continues leading the way into part 2 of this week's segment. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.